Good morning. Good morning there, Grammy. Hope you're doing well. So, let me make sure the music volume is all good. Hold on. A bit too low. There we go. Alright, so today is something a little bit special. Because today I am building Howl's Moving Castle. And this is something that this is like a movie that spoke to me really like a lot as a child, but not a lot as an adult, surprisingly. So I have like weird like fever dream memories of it, and I remember it fondly, but it's a very like vague type of memory, and yet also very vivid. um like I know I watched it a lot as a kid, but I think a lot of the times I watched it I fell asleep watching it. It was just one of those movies I like to kind of fall asleep to. So I've seen the end, I've seen the whole movie, and I know what it's all about, but it sits in a very weird spot in my memory. Um, but yeah, so this it's gonna be. I got some really good reference images here, uh, going for how I want it to look. I was actually kind of surprised about the two on the left there. Um, just simply because like the fact that I got them to line up so well, and that there were those two perfect angles from the movie of just the front shot and the side shot. It's like they wanted people to recreate this, you know, in a sense, or get a full scale of it. And I think I did. I think I lined them up pretty well. So, but I've got an idea kind of how I want to do the base of it. Bezier curve is definitely going to be the way to go for it, and then rounding that out. Um, but I'm not sure about some of the other parts. It gets a little wonky in certain areas, and this is really going to be a challenge for me to figure out how I can do some of these angles. Um, and it's going to be a Corvette. It's definitely going to be a Corvette because it flies. So I wanted to be able to fly and have the whole shebang. Now, of course, I don't have a photo of it flying here, but that's because these little legs just stick up into the propellers, and I remember how those do that. So, not quite sure what I'm gonna do for that though. Scott, rinse, repeat. Welcome in. Never seen someone use Blender before. Looking forward to this. Oh, awesome, Scott. Yeah. So Blender is interesting. Uh, for the sake of at least No Man's Sky based building, because you get to scale parts that you aren't normally able to natively scale, as well as move them in ways that you wouldn't be able to normally move them. So get curves in really simplistic ways by just putting down a curve. So here I can show you. So this was actually the first thing I was gonna do was actually, let me not do it that way, do it this way. Here we go, hold up. No Man's Sky Util. So there's a add-on called the No Man's Sky Utility add-on, and this is what I recommend for anybody who's wanting to actually build in Blender. And what you can do is where is object along curve. Here we go, and we have a selection of curves here that we can do. So for this one, I'm probably gonna do a wave, because I'm looking at the side profile here, and I'm noticing that shape right there is quite literally a wave. So if I can get that in a 360, then I've got the base of it. Command Bros, welcome in. How am I going to make the interior? That I don't know. I've got some reference images for the interior. You'll be able to walk around in it with hope. And I hope to take some artistic liberties on some of the other bits of it, because it's a very large castle, but only a few rooms are ever shown of the inside of it. It's always been about mostly the outside, and you can kind of see that some of the inside is like mostly engine, but then there's these little house bits on the side of it, and I kind of like for those to be almost like able to be walked through. Um, so I'm not sure how accurate I want to get on this, but the one room I do want to get accurate is Howl's room. This is the one room I want to get accurate, and that's going to be the most difficult, and I'm going to have to save the most parts for. I know how I can do the books. I know how I can do a lot of this in here. It's mostly just keeping the part count low. That's going to be the issue. So how do I fill in that space? And so that for that reason, I might only end up doing these rooms. Is probably what I'll do. Is I'll probably just do the. I'll lay out the interior wise, and you were wondering about the interior. What I'll do is the outside will just be a facade, in a sense. The outside doesn't have to match up as a 1-to-1 with the interior. As long as it looks like it's an interior for it, it's an interior for it. So the first thing I'm gonna start off by doing though is adding that wave curve. Okay, and that's gonna get us that. And now we need to modify that by adjusting it to just be one wave. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is we're gonna rotate this 90 degrees on the Y. Probably could have just done that, but yeah. Alright, and then rotate Z 180. And then we're just going to line this guy approximately up with the front of that. All right, so now here's where it gets interesting. So to actually use this curve, you want to hit tab and go into edit mode. And then you're going to be able to select points on it and kind of move that curve. So it's a little hard to see right now with the reference image, but you can move and bend this curve in which ways you want. So you can even go left and right with it as well and get some more dimension in there. But for purposes of this, I'm just going to be scaling them up a bit, which I want to get them to about here first, actually. So why don't I just do this? I'm just going to hit G, and I'm going to manually prop it up right there. I'm going to hit G, and I'm going to manually prop that one to about right there. Now, you'll notice that curve is not exact. That's because I haven't turned this yet. So as soon as I start turning it, you'll see I can start getting that. And it looks like that's about a 90-degree curve. I'm guessing this one is probably a 45? No, minus 22. Yeah, minus 45. No. Oh, too much. Too many buttons. Too many buttons. I do this sometimes. All right, so it's probably going to be minus 36. Yeah, all right. And then I just got to adjust it. This is going to be a Corvette. Yeah, because the actual house moving castle was able to fly. So I thought it would be really cool to be able to get it to actually fly. Alright, so then this one needs to come up 90. There we go. So now you can see I've got the approximate kind of outline for that. It's not perfect by any means, but I think it'll do the job of selling the overall shape of it. So now that I've got that line here, I can go back into object mode. And what I can do is go into pull up my asset browser here real quick. Hold on just 1 second. So I'm gonna pull that up on the screen, but you guys won't be able to see it because I'm just sharing Blender right now. But if you have the base builder add-on, you know what the asset browser looks like. It's nothing special. I'm going to pull in. Let me think about this, because that is a very rusted part right there. So to me that looks like the stone roof pieces. And now that we especially have the rusted stone roof pieces, that's gonna look even more fantastic. So let me see if I can find those. Where are those damn pieces? Oh, here they are. They got moved in the asset browser. They're moved near the back now. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to bring in a stone flat panel or stone flat flat stone roof. Apologies. And just go ahead and paint it gray rust. All right, so we click on this and we click on this and we go back to the util. I got too many add-ons. And then we click create. And what this does is it puts all those objects along that curve. And then I can adjust the axis that I need, or, well, really I need it on that one right there, yep. And then I need to flip around the Y. Oh, no. Now I need to flip around the X. There we go, okay, to where that's the outside. And the trick to this is going to be getting these into a position where they look like they're connected, but they're not overlapping in a very unpleasant way, let's say. Kind of like they are now. See, I feel like that's too many. That's a perfect amount right there. See this right here? I like this. These ones right here, this upper part, I do not like. This is way too... So what I can do to adjust this is I can select my curve, hit tab, edit, select that one, and while these objects are on the curve, look at that. And this is not messing with the scale at all. This is only messing with the position of those objects. So if it looks like they're kind of shrinking down or stretching, they're not. Hope everyone's staying warm. Winter is chill upon us. Yes, winter is coming. But yeah, you guys stay warm out there, for real. For real, for real. So what it looks like is the picture is a little deceptive here. So I maybe just need to adjust this one here. I'm trying to get those all to kind of line up the same way, but they're not really wanting to. Let me see if I adjust this one back by... Yeah, they're not really wanting to, are they? They're not really wanting to line up. It could be this, but that's really well lined up. Why are these last ones not lining up well? Oh, the curve was too tight. Yeah. So this will happen sometimes, is I might need to end up scaling these, but sometimes you can just make your curve a little bit too tight, and if you do that, the parts kind of start to together. In which case I would recommend backing off a little bit. Get them to where they're like trying to line up as best they can with each other, trying to find like the center line on the parts, and then you can kind of go from there. See, even that is not right for some reason. Try something here. Just tilt this one down. It's gonna basically be the same thing as rotating it now. Alright. I don't mind that, because from the outside it's actually not that bad. So let me try something here. Increase this by a couple more. Nah. Take that back down. Just where they're all kind of blending into each other. But see now, this is gonna really frustrate me doing this on the curve. So this is the problem with curves. They're not accurate, let's say. So I don't think I'm actually going to do it this way. I think I can get it in a much more polished way by not using the curve, but still by using this. So instead what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the 3D cursor method. Now, something you can do that I probably should have been doing, but I wonder though, is the circle creator. So I think this is going to be the method to do it, is... Oh. Was I not supposed to click that? Yeah, see, and it doesn't work sometimes. The util is a little weird. Not everything works in it. Let's try to do it with the floor creator and do floor shape to round, symmetrical. There we go. Okay. Now, let's see here. Because here's the part I don't understand is how do I get more in this curve? See, I don't want to do it like this. It's such a weird way to do it. Like, I'm just trying to do it in a method that would, like, it's just not natural to me. It's just not, yeah, it's not the way to do it. So, here's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to rotate this one 90 degrees. And I'm going to place that right about there. Then I'm going to shift D, move it along the Y to right about there. Because I think that's probably about the center point. And then I can do cursor to selected. And then I can just start doing this. Now, what I've been wondering about is, can I add an array modifier and just do this a lot quicker? I don't know. I don't feel like testing that right now. So I'm just going to do it the way that I know, which is the slow way. And the more exact way anyways. But I do have some Studio Ghibli music, kind of inspired music going right now. It's not actually from them, so I don't have to worry about getting copyright struck or anything, so don't worry about that. Alright, there we go. That is a perfect circle. That's how you do it. It's 11.25 degrees on each one of those, but you just add that up every time you add another one. You just double that number, and you end up getting a perfect circle. So with that, I can now get the shape that I want, and I'll show you guys how I can do that. So for more kind of weird rounded structures like this, what I'll end up doing is probably this. Probably what I could have waited to do was do this. Yeah, hold up. I probably should have gotten that curve first. So let's do... This is basically a giant pot. Like, that's all it is. It's a giant pot that we're making. But it's got this weird flat bottom to it, so that's what I've got to watch out for, is it flattens out right here. So what I'll do is I'll just put one more. Alright, and now for this top bit here, what I can do is I can actually just Shift-D that, rotate 180. Cut off the pieces I don't need, which looks to be about right about there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to Shift-D, selection of cursor, cursor to active, deselect, swap to normal, rotate Z 180, cursor to selected, Shift-D, 11.25. Minus 11.25. Alright. And what that's doing is it's basically just moving that center point to its equivalent value across this plane here. So that way I can continue the curve upward at a different degree angle. I'm Deviant Mr. Ed. Blendered Corvettes are ruining multiplayer. No, they are not. People who do not know how to responsibly make Corvettes in Blender are ruining multiplayer. Blame the person, not the gun. There you go, buddy. So take your hate elsewhere if you want to come in here and just chat about they're ruining the game. No, they're not. No, they're not. You had a bad time with one, and now you want to come onto somebody's stream and bitch about it. Get the fuck out of here. I'm having a chill stream, building a nice Corvette. Get the fuck out of here. People who just want to come in here and try and ruin it for other people, like, really disgust me. They really do. Because it's like, why is that fun for you? You don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all. It's that simple. It's literally that simple. You don't need to come in here and ruin other people's fun. You don't need to come in here and bash on other people for what they're doing. Talking about it's ruining the game. No, go fuck yourself. Whole reason I started Blender building was because the game itself was boring. Like, people needed end game content and there wasn't any, so I made it. Like, the hell are we talking about here? Blender building is one of the best things to ever happen. It's really great to see so many people who downloaded the same ship from Blender that crashes the game. Okay, what you're complaining about is not Blender. What you're complaining about is the app that lets you do that. I am not responsible for that. Get the fuck out of here with your hate. Okay, are you looking to get blocked, Mr. Deviant? Mr. Because you're being a shithead. You're being an absolute shithead right now. Why go the fuck somewhere else? Why you're telling me I can go play a different game? You can go watch a different fucking stream. Fuck off. God damn. Trying to have a good time this morning. You sitting in here fucking trying to chat about nothing other than your own personal grievances. No one cares about, by the way. Yeah, I got it, y'all. I'm gonna ban his ass right now. Hold on. My first ban, though. Look at that. You really know I'm coming up in the ranks when you got the haters. Like, enjoy your shitty day, I guess. Like, clearly someone had piss in their coffee this morning. Bye-bye. Alright, back to what we were doing, y'all, and me explaining how I was doing this for those who do care. Like, what the fuck? Listen to the music that's playing in the background. Like... how did I find out about Blender building? So I found out about Blender building from a guy who was my mentor, who I don't talk to anymore, but I feel bad about that, and I've thought about reconciling that with them, to be honest. But I learned from a guy called Creations, and I was playing No Man's Sky, and that was the group that I ran with, and he did Blender building for No Man's Sky back in the early days. So he's one of the OGs even before me. And he had me watch these really gritty, no offense to grimy, but grimy videos. And that were from Peter Land and DJ Monkey, and that explained very terribly how to use everything. Because it was all original versions of things, and things had changed since then, and you know, so it was a very rudimentary kind of basic way of learning Blender, but I got into it because, yeah, like, essentially there was no end game content at the time, And here, I'll try to work a lot while I talk. But there was no endgame content at the time, and I really did not like that. I liked the idea of people having something to do when they were finally like done with the story at the moment. So I ended up. Wait, why is that not? Oh, because I have that off cursor. Hold up. That was a dumb decision on my part. Here, hold on. Just do this. But I ended up like just wanting to make bases for people that didn't really have anything to do at the end game. That something really spectacular and cool that they could go and look at, without having to, just really think about it that much. Other than just putting in some glyphs or whatever, right? And so I ended up just kind of getting into it for that reason. And then I just slowly kind of honed my skills. And then now what I like to do is actual Blender modeling. So I don't even do this that much anymore, but as of recent, but I wanted to get back into it, so you guys saw that I got that curve, and now I'm just duplicating it exactly around like I did before, and bam, there we go. We've already got the top of it. Isn't that nice? I love Blender for that reason. Isn't it great? Like, and this is what I meant by it's people who don't know how to use Blender responsibly that are breaking the game, right? Because I even say in my tutorial, keep in mind, this needs to be at a normal base part limit. Do not go over 3,000. And you've got people importing bases and copying bases from that stupid motherfucking app, which I hate that app personally, because I don't like the idea of people having to buy other people's work and the other person who made the work not get a penny of it. That's the problem that I have. That's the part that I have a problem with. The people who made the art don't ever see the profit. The people who are the medium for the art, and not even the true medium, because the true medium is Blender and No Man's Sky, but who are just the middleman, let's say. Because all that app is doing essentially is playing the role of an insurance agency, So 3,000 is still a lot of parts. It is. You're right. It is. It is also about the types of parts you're using. Okay, so this matters as well. So you'll notice here I'm using roof parts, and I'm using a lot of the same parts, right? This matters because when you go and you look at your part order here, look at what it's loading in first. This is what it's going to be loading in first. Okay? Is quite literally how many of these do I have? What I'll do is I'll turn on my statistics for you guys so you can see how many objects I have at any given moment. Right now I have 236. You can make large structures with low part count. If you are requiring 3,000 parts to make such a big structure, then you're not using Blender efficiently. You're not scaling the parts well. You're not using proper parts, and you're crashing people's games with it. And at that point, yeah, it's irresponsible. It is. But that's a person who's doing that, not Blender. Let's blame the right thing here, It's people's hubris that causes that, not anything else. So the game can handle it if used responsibly. And I know this for a fact because I've made valid points about how certain things could be optimized, let's say, for Blender users to be able to come and do what they want to do. And then Hello Games, get this, no more than like a week or 2 weeks or a month later, on several different occasions that I've said this on live stream, I've brought up optimization things, and then all of a sudden, a week to 2 weeks to a month later, that exact thing gets put into the game. Is this me saying that they're listening? No. Is this me saying that I know that they're listening? No. Is this me saying that I think that they're maybe listening to the players in general, and that word gets out there and that eventually it gets back to them? Yes. So I do think they're going to an effort to optimize the game for Blender builders. Hey, what's going on, Fail Faster? Fail Faster Foo. You're funny. You're funny, Fail Faster. Just saying hi before meetings start. We'll be lurking. No worries, dude. Enjoy your meetings. Alright, so let's get into it. Because I gotta now build the front face of this. Because it looks like what it does is it breaks halfway through here. So I only need to build about halfway of the bottom. So we'll go ahead and do that. I probably could have just duplicated the top part down, but it's okay. I'll just do it this way. Oh, and I don't need all of those. Probably only need this one. You know what's so funny to me about that guy coming in here and saying that? He found the one person who is like basically initiated Blender into the community via live streams. Because there's like no one else that live streams this at all. He found the one person to go and hang on. So I feel like I'm doing a good job now. If I can get haters coming in here when I'm the only one, I'm doing a good job. That's funny. I don't know why. It's killing me that guy came in here like that. I might clip that in all honesty and make that my first short. I don't know. What is this? What is this nursery rhyme shit that just came on? What the fuck? This is like... Here we go. That was like Studio Ghibli, but Studio Ghibli for like children. Which, I mean, I guess it's all for children, but... With great power comes great responsibility. There you go. There you go, Grammy. Well said. Well said, my guy. Because literally, that's what it is, and I've said this before, like, unironically, too, is you have to be careful with what you're doing and why you're doing it. You cannot just be doing it for the sake of doing it because you want to do it. That's hubris. That is literally the definition of hubris. Is doing something not because it's for the good of anyone or for the good of what, like, anything. It's because you just want to do it and see if you can do it. And at times... this is a good thing, okay? My Leviathan, I will happily admit, is an act of hubris. That Leviathan is like some 4,200 parts now for a Corvette. But I only bring it out on very special occasions, and I make sure that every person is there that's in the multiplayer knows that I'm bringing it out, knows that there's going to be lag, and knows that it's going to go away in just a minute. So that they are prepared and they're not just like thrown off by the fact that if they're... And by the way, I've never, with that 4,200 part Leviathan base, crashed someone's game. Not once. All I'm going to say. Because, yeah. I mean, it's really all that needs to be said at that point, because in all honesty, it's like, don't tell me I don't know what I'm doing. Like, don't tell me what I can't do. Alright, so we've got the main curve going here, which actually looks quite nice. I like how this is blending a lot. So what I think I'm going to work on next is maybe trying to get, because see if I work on the front profile here, look at that, I didn't even see that at first, look at that, that's nice. That's real nice right there. Alright, so now we got to get the top lip going here, as well as, see up here. Yeah, what is with these nursery rhyme things? Alright, I'm going to change the music here real quick from the Studio Ghibli thing. I'm sorry, that was getting a little too, story-timey there. Let's see what we got here. Let's do Ghost in the Shell Inspire, that should be good. Alright. Pull up my asset browser again here. It is kind of satisfying, that's what I'm saying, like, and then we're gonna add all these details onto it and make it non-satisfying. Does this guy have like little eye holes there? And what's nice is those eye holes are actually square. You see, so I just have to punch those out. Like, that'd probably be alright right there. Right there, maybe. Let's see if I got it right. Hold up. No, I'm off. Hold up. Where is it? Hold on, let's turn on X-ray real quick. Let's go to turn on X-ray. Oh yeah, there we go. So they're up a bit higher than where I thought they were. But they are pretty spread far out. But I think it would be those four. And then like these four. Let me make sure that's right. Yeah. Behind those. That looks pretty good. Alright. So, just go ahead and... Well, I'll keep them there for now, but until I start going and really wanting to add details. But alright, so now for this next part, what we can do is select all these. Local, individual. Alright, you ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Down. We're gonna move them 2.6 meters. And then I'm gonna rotate them approximately, what would that be? Probably 22.5, I'm guessing. Yep, 22.5 degrees. And then we're gonna move them up 2.6 meters. And that will get us the brim of it right there. Alright, so that's the first little bit. Now what it looks like is there's actually several additive pots that are kind of amalgamated onto it. You can see there's one here. On this side, there's another one here maybe. Yeah, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 in total, it looks like. There's one on either side, and then there's one up in the back. Kind of up the middle. So, surprisingly, it's almost like this giant one is housing the other 3. Yeah, so... Oh, this is gonna be so weird. This is gonna be so weird, y'all. Alright, let me think. Because I also need to get that domed roof type of thing going. It's supposed to look like a castle. And then I got the brim of it wrong, sort of. I think it's just that it needs to be a different color, maybe? Let's see. Because it's definitely more of like a white vibe, so we'll just change that one to white and orange rust for now. And that should contrast nicely with that, but we'll see. Alright. So what I can do here is take the front face of this one. How many parts is that? 256? That's not too bad. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here to Global 3D Cursor. Duplicate that. Turn it 90 degrees. And we're going to pull this to about... here, I would say. And then I'm just going to shrink it back in until those sides end up touching that side right about there. And I think that should give the approximate shape that I'm looking for. Let's see here. Okay, so I see what I'm going to have to do. Is I'm just going to have to get a little bit more than that. So let me do... Try something cheeky here. No, because that feels right. Huh. So it's basically that I need this front half, but then I also need a little bit of the back half as well. So I know what I can do. I know what I can do. I know what I can do. Is that I just need to finish this one real quick, kind of. All right. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that one and hide it. Shift D, hide that. Alt hide those. There we go. Okay. Oh, wait, no. Hold up. Yeah, hide that. No! Select all that. Shift D. Hide. I guess I could have just done this a lot easier in a different way, but alright. Why is this not increment snapping? Oh, it is. Okay. It doesn't feel like it is. Oh, there it goes. Okay. That's essentially the gist of it, but that the rounded bit is up here. Okay. Hold on, let's see here. It's above the other one is what it is. See, it's so weird, because see, in this one it's below it, and in this one it's above it. No, it's that back there. That's what it is. This. I don't know, man. That's weird, because see, it's drawn differently in different scenes. I'm realizing this now. It is drawn completely differently in these different scenes. There is a general look to it, but some of the things are not drawn the same. So I'm gonna have to, yeah, I'm gonna have to take some artistic creativity or expression with this. I like it going kind of over it, and that being at kind of the start of where that was, so like that. But then what I don't like is how big it is. That's where it needs to be, right about there, basically. Alright, so what I can do is I can just carefully deselect that half of it. And then I can just, hold on, see, but see, here's gonna be the issue, is making sure I get only those ones. Okay, that looks good. Now I can delete those. Okay. There we go. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Yo, Kiwi Pirate, what's going on, dude? How you doing? Oh, where'd the music go? We had music, and then the music left. And then the music was gone. I just can't hear it. It says it's playing, but I can't hear it. It's... Oh no, that is just really light, like low. Alright, hold on. Hold, give me 1 second, y'all. Let me get some better music going here. Let's do some cinematic music. Here we go. Is there a way I can just play all? Let's see if it actually plays all of them. I don't know if it will. No idea. Alright. So, I don't know if I like this being this many parts, but we're gonna say I think it's fine. Alright, I just need to get that onto the other side now. Oh, I don't know. I'll just select that one, and then I'll just carefully deselect these. If you ever need to get just to an individual selection, don't be afraid to hide your work with H. That's a big one. That helps. YouTube not working. Sucking. Oh, had to sort it out. Yeah, YouTube is being weird right now for you. I love you too, Kiwi. So all I did here was isolated this one by selecting the easier thing to select, and then I hit Control and I to invert the selection. Excuse me. And then I can do whatever I want with that. So it looks like I needed 180 degrees on the other side. Yeah, now we're starting to get that form factor of the kind of like rounded up look. You know what I'm realizing though? Those, I shouldn't have taken, that's what I'm realizing, hold up. This is the part that I should have deleted, hold on. See if I can get it all back. No, see, it's not gonna let me. Damn it! Oh, I guess I could have just done that. I guess I don't really need to delete anything right now. It's just that I needed this one to come all the way around the top, but are those parallel with each other? Yeah. Okay. Just yeah, because then the lid will go over that little dome part. Okay. Because they're all cannons, I'm realizing now. Like, this thing is, like, fully armored. I've never realized that. He has this, like, cannons all over this damn thing. I think that's what those are. Is it's meant to be like a... Yeah, because it's got, like, the little mast right up here at the top. So it's like a pirate ship, almost. That is really freaking weird. Alright, no worries, Kiwi. Have a good night. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that again, but this time a little bit better. Hide. Yeah, that's still a thing, Kiwi. You're good. I appreciate it. That always helps. Alright, here's the problem, guys. I need to hide that and get that back to there. Let me just do this. Hold up. Active element. Yeah. There we go. Bring that back to center real quick. Just pull it up. Crap, but now that's off center. Crap. Alright, here we can fix that. You're funny, Kiwi. Talking about fudging pirate ship. Oh, sorry, y'all. I made the mic there. Move that a little bit away from my face so I don't do that. Dang it! Alright, you know what? This is just gonna be easier done like this. Hold up. Maybe. No, it's not. Yeah, it's gonna be easier done the way I was doing it before. Okay. I shouldn't have built this thing on this first. I'm not really thinking today that much, but it's okay. I'm getting there eventually. That's what matters. Is there a size limit or something like that for Corvettes in Blender? Yeah. So, I mean, technically no. But again, like, responsibly, yes. Like, so I wouldn't go bigger than, say, like 300U wide by like 300U wide. Like, if it's bigger, for instance, all right, good rule of thumb is if it's bigger than what the space station can house, it's too big. This is why I think a lot of the Blender builds that are out there right now are too big. Y'all are like overdoing it. You don't need to do it as like a 1-to-1 size. I get that it's like people want to. I'm not saying you specifically, Command Bros, but it's like a lot of people, yeah, they'll want to do like 1-to-1 sizes of ships. And it's like you just can't do that for those large freighter style ships. You've got to scale them down a bit. I had to scale my Leviathan down. That was the only reason I got it to work, was because the 1-to-1 of my actual base Leviathan would have been gigantic. It's the biggest base in No Man's Sky right now. That thing is bigger. It's 2 times bigger than, and I know this for a fact because Chris has compared it. It's 2 times bigger than Crisscross's what do you call it? I can't remember the damn name of it. Enterprise. It's 2 times bigger than Crisscross's Enterprise. So if you've ever seen the Enterprise in No Man's Sky, That, but twice as big, and a Leviathan. Yeah, that was not gonna work as a Corvette. So I had to scale it down. You know, so it's like, but yeah, if you feel like it's too big, odds are it's too big. That's, you know, just a good rule of thumb for it. If you're feeling like, hey, this might crash someone's game legitimately, it's probably gonna legitimately crash someone's game. And then this is my other thing. People need to stop pulling them into the anomaly. You don't need everyone on Earth to see your build. Especially if you've already posted it all over Reddit, posted it all over Discord, posted it all over everywhere else, including the app where people can download it, you don't need to go and pull it into the anomaly. If you're going and pulling it into the anomaly after doing all of that, you are an arrogant son of a bitch who just needs attention. Like, I don't know what else to tell you at that point, because it's like, you know, hot takes, get your hot takes here, but for real, you don't need all that. You don't need to pull it into the anomaly. You don't need to go show off your base like that. It will get seen if you want it to be seen. Okay. This is giving me a lot of good surfaces to work off of for the houses as well, which I'm loving. So now what I need is that big one going right up the middle, but it looks like that one's pretty much only the lid. The lid, Patrick, the lid. I don't know. That one's a bit weird. Let me think about this for a second. Oh, excuse me. Damn. Had to mute for a second. Of course I am still coughing. Oh. Alright. So let's see what I want to work on next. Oh yeah, I gotta get that top part up there. Okay. So what I really need to do is... Wait, that is so weird though. I'm trying to understand the architecture of this thing, and there is no understanding the architecture of it. Like, for real, for real. This is a little weird. Oh, God. Because somehow... what it is the perspective of it. The perspective is totally fucked. Because if you look at this carefully here, what I'll do is let me just hide what I've done here. And go to the front orthographic view here. So if you look at this carefully, this part here is the same width as this part here, right? But this lid you see is smaller than what this can actually needs, and is smaller than the one above it. And then when I go to the side view here, you see that that top one is actually not even taking up the entirety of the whole thing, and neither is the front one. But it looks like it is. I don't. This is so confusing. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? Yeah. Yeah, they're so weird, Command Bros. I'm just like, what the hell is this shit? So, I think I've got a good start though. It's not gonna be exact by all means. Like, it's gonna be a lot different, but I think I should be able to get it. Once I start getting features put on there, like the taller pipe structures, I think, around the back, that's when it'll really start to come to life, I think, as well as the cannons. I think once I put the cannons in for, like, the eyes and get the mouth in there, that's when it'll really... Because I see there's, like, wood parts for the mouth and everything, and it's got a little monster house, kind of. So I can definitely do stuff with that. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to, yeah, so I'm just gonna rotate this one around 90 degrees again. But it needs to be about maybe like here, and then I would say up to about here. But it needs to be larger is the thing, question mark, question mark. So let me do bounding box center. Scale it up a tad. That's not bad. I don't mind that. Because then it also gives me this little room section here where these are all kind of cut out and jutted. It needs to be brought down a little bit though, so we need to just reposition it a little bit, but right about there. Yeah, I would say that's the front of his castle right there. What I'm realizing now is the structure. This is it. This is the structure. See, it's got one dome there technically. It's just the perspective of the photos is a little wonky. But I think this is technically it. Hey, and if you, I want to give a shout out to someone here real quick. Y'all go check out here. I'm gonna go see if I can get his link real quick. Y'all go check out Toskvision. Cause this is who inspired me to do this. Hold on. Pull this link up here. He made a Totoro, I can never say it. Totoro. God, it's a hard word to say for me for some reason. Oh, you gotta go, Command Bros, no worries. See you later. But yeah, y'all go check out Toskvision here. His link in chat. Because he makes incredible stuff that is like anime inspired and stuff like that in No Man's Sky. Alright, let's see here. The next part I want to get is these top dome pieces, I think. Just go ahead and get those put in there. The weird part is how am I gonna do this front part when I just put that there? I didn't think about that. Crap. Isn't it super soft drink? Welcome in, by the way. But yeah, dude, that Totoro base is like freaking. I remember watching him build that. He let me come and watch him build a little bit of that when he was, and I didn't realize he was recording at the time. Because I recognized some of the footage because he was sharing it to him, like, I think he was sharing it on Discord or something, or I had, like, walked through those scenes while they were still in progress, I think. So, like, the little tunnel, that grass tunnel he was making, that was what he was working on at the time when I went there. And so Totoro was already in there. I think the big tree was already in there, but he might have redone it after that. And then I remember him saying that, yeah, the beacon update screwed him on the house and that he had to completely redo the house, because I remember the house being there, the original one. He was starting working on it, and it was completely different when I came back, and that's why what he had explained. And he explains that in this video too about it. But yeah, it's an incredible work of art that he did, and it's such a vast landscape that he did for it, using like the density of the foliage parts was really like, it made it seem bigger than what it was. Like when you walked into this area, you were in a whole different world, even than the world you were currently on. It was just magical in that sense. So yeah, full props to Tosk. Yeah, y'all go check him out though. He's pretty good. All right, so the next thing I think I want to get actually is maybe not the dome parts, because those are gonna be kind of interesting. You know what I think I could do? Actually, that's what I could do. So it looks like it goes under it and shifts, but then those would all need to be pulled up, and I don't want to do that. Oh, this one's gonna be really annoying. This one's gonna be a bitch. Oh no. Alright, hold on, let me think about this. Let me hide that real quick. Because I need to get the lids on here first. And then figure out what I'm doing with that other one so I can figure out what I don't need for it. Let me think about this. How you doing today, Super Soft Drink? Hope you're doing well. And if you're not, I hope your day gets better. Yeah, see, I really like how this is doing this right here. How it's curving with it. That's pretty cool. Let me think here. Because those are, I'm realizing now they're technically supposed to be lower. That's how it's achieving it. Okay. Damn it. So I gotta go back a little ways. Hold up. And lower this one a bit. Actually, what I'm gonna do is, so I can select this a little bit easier, is I'm gonna rotate that. I mean, I wish I could see this a little bit easier, but so I'll just move that out 30 meters so I can work on it a little bit easier. Doing all right, keeping it low key today. Awesome to hear. I'm probably gonna be streaming for a good few hours here, dude. So you're welcome to chill, sit back, grab something to eat, grab a soda, grab some tea maybe. I don't know, I'm always a tea person myself. Okay, so yeah, it is definitely lower than it. I thought I could get away with making it a little bit higher, but no. It actually, yeah, it ends right about there, I would say. Okay, interesting. So then in that case, I probably don't There we go. So I wanted to get these lined up to where, hold up, a little bit more, to where they're like right in line with each other. Yes, to where the stone ends right where the stone ends, and yes, even though they're a different size, it still looks like they're the same part. I already had tea, but I can always have more. Grammy said coffee life. Cough. Dude, I'll drink so much tea. I can't. Like, the Starbucks chais are my go-to. And, oh, man, I'll tear one of those bitches up. Alright, so let me move just this 20 meters out, actually. Let me go do that 3D cursor. I like this cinematic music, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of nice. It's a little like, yeah, you got this, man. You know, it's very inspiring. Anytime you guys see me like just stop like this for a moment and kind of not really do anything. I'm either hitting my vape and or examining my work so I can see what I need to do next. This is another thing, like if you're a Blender builder, always stop, step back, examine your work. Because what you're doing is art. So you always need to make sure that you're on the right track and you're on your, you're still on the right path for your goal and everything. And unlike most art, you can actually delete and undo what you've done. Yeah, so for people with OCD or perfectionism, this is perfect. This is literally perfect because you can just do it. You can be as OCD or perfectionist to your heart's content. And I'm not equivalating those by any means, but I have both of those things, so I know the difference. And yeah, both will get on my nerves, but for things like this, it really helps to be perfectionist. I'll say that. You're digging the vibe for sure. Thank you, Grammy. Epic AF, yeah. I'm actually, the part I'm excited about doing are these little ear winged pieces right here. That's the part I'm looking forward to, because I think that is gonna really start selling it, is when I get that right on there. That's gonna be what sells it. It's like that plus the face. I think giving it those like facial features like it very obviously has. That's gonna be what I think brings it to life, brings it to where it feels like it's like a real moving thing. And then adding some maybe Corvette parts and stuff like that for the Steam effects and whatnot. But we'll see about that. What was it doing? Roof parts, right. So what I could actually probably do for that is again do a separate color for that, but I can, yeah, alright, so here's what I'll do. Wait, no, hold up, because that needs to be a full roof. Hold on. Sometimes the reference images can get in the way, that's why I had to make them like super big and out of the way, but... And again, I'm working on a scale that works for me. If this ends up being too big in game, I can always just select everything and scale it all down, you know? So it's like... Scale is never really an issue. That's why I always was saying earlier, like if your base is literally so large it's crashing people's games, make it smaller. It's not that big of a deal. But again, a lot of people can't because they're copying them from the app. That's the problem. The app is the problem, but it's gonna ruin it for everyone if they keep doing it. And they're charging for it nonetheless, which is just the shittiest fucking thing ever. Like, if you could at least be providing a service and providing it for free, which is actually a good Samaritan deed type of thing, but instead they're just being really shitty about it and just charging like for like outrageous sums of money for Patreon. Because anything over 0, in my opinion, is an outrageous sum of money for a game that people already have paid for. They shouldn't have to pay for more features that don't exist in the game, but because you offer them, they now have to pay for them. Like, no. Just offer it. You don't benefit from that in any way financially, really, long term. Because I guarantee you most of that just goes back into whatever. So just offer it. It goes back into their pockets anyways. Like, that's all they're getting from it actually is financial benefit. Like, but artists don't see any of that. That's my issue. So I'll quit griping about it, but yeah, it bothers me. It bothers me. Get myself all worked up about it. Alright, I need to actually get to this, and I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do for these stupid dome roof pieces, but I know what I can do actually here. Just being dumb stupid. 180. Look at that. Now we have a sphere. very spherical. Okay, and then let me do, hold on, let me bring that back down. Three, maybe? Yeah, we'll do 3. Alright, and then bring that up to about, set it to about, a little bit higher. Oh wait, what the hell? Oh, I gotta round it out, that's why. Pull it up to about there. Alright, and then make that black rust. Okay. That's not bad. Still checking my parts though. My parts are kind of getting up there now. So I don't really like making that out of that. I think I want to make the roof out of something else. I see 983, but then as soon as I duplicated that bottom, it just really like shot up there. So, no, I grab all this. Turn the music down a little bit. Oh, I didn't realize y'all were getting an echo. My bad. I forgot I had it playing through my speakers. Grammy, why didn't you let me know? I gotta start making you a moderator on here, so when you let me know what my fucking shit's echoing. Just give you permissions to like be able to change it. 'Cause that is a thing. I can have you just change my audio for me. Ew. Okay. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck now. Alright, let me pull back up the asset browser here. Where is it? Oh, right here. Isn't there... Yeah, here we go. Stone dome roof. When in doubt, don't reinvent the wheel. Just use the wheel. Just you know, sometimes making parts into things that they're not supposed to be, that's the call. And other times, using parts for what they are is the call. And I needed a domed roof, so I got myself a domed roof. And now I went from several hundred parts to a single part that I can easily hide. So I'll have to figure out hiding it, but it'll be less parts to hide it than it would have been to actually use a bunch of those. Grammy said, "Sorry, homie, I'm a tad distracted, tweaking my desk, and have everything everywhere." Oh my god, you're so funny. You are so funny. Alright, see, right about there looks good. Alright, and then I can just, bam, blank. Done. See, that's not too bad. Not too shabby. Because... yeah, because then I can just do this. Hold up. The chaos has become unorganized. No, you've got to control the chaos, Grimy. Control it! Harness its power! Use it for evil. Or good, whichever you want. But harness it, harness the power of the unorganization and organize it. Sorry, I get really dramatic really quickly. Like stuff like that. Don't prompt me, okay, Grimy? When you say chaos has become unorganized, that feels like a prompt for a bit. Oh god, I'm funny. Alright. That's not too bad. Okay. Because those will end up getting moved back in. I just wanted to make sure I wanted all that. Alright, so then I need... Oh, you know what? That's the issue, is I need the third one up there, but that one's gotta come forward. Shoot. So that might not work. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It also doesn't really work for the dimensions either. That's a bit unfair. Well, I could... You know what I can do? I can leave those there because I've already got them there. And I can just use them as the center point. So what I can do is... I basically just need a smaller circle is all it is. So let's just do that here. See, that's not right. Hold on. Okay, so it was another 2 points. And then this new 18. Okay. Yep, there we go. Actually, let's try 20. I think 20 is gonna look better. Alright, let's yank that on up a bit. About there. Make that black. Oh wait, what did I do? Right, I'll get the Totoros. 80. Would be 120. Did I get it? Yep, okay. Oh, yeah, I have some extra ones there. Hold on. I think it's just 2 extra. Alright, that should be a much lower part count. So... Hey? Oh, wait. Oh, 'cause I didn't grab the right ones. Huh? Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. I see what I'm doing wrong. Okay. Yep, What was it? 20. Yep. Oh, you don't hear the music anymore? Hold up. It's just a little low. How about now? Hear it now? That's better. Okay. And a lot lower of a part count. Haha. Okay. So let's just raise that. Actually, I need to do is mirror. Or not mirror, but rotate it around. Alright, cool. Cool. Glad you can hear the music now. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab something to drink real quick. Hey, Fail Faster, if you're listening, you should order me groceries. Would really appreciate that. Thank you. I need everything. I'm hungry. He's starving me, y'all. He's starving me. I say as I drink my Sprite and eat my sugar plum cheese Danish from Starbucks. I did want a little something to snack on real quick. You guys know me. At this point, like, I'll just eat on stream, and I don't really give a shit. So. Grimy or anybody else, if you guys have any ideas for what you think I should do for this, parts wise or otherwise, let me know. I'd love to hear y'all's suggestions. If you have any. If not, don't worry. Just letting you know this is a safe space for ideas. Not a safe space for haters, though, as we saw earlier. Okay. Appreciate that. You're all waiting on me just to have a little bite to eat there. Okay. So, I think the next part that I want to tackle is getting... Well, first off, I gotta move this forward a little bit. But I gotta get that center one put up there as well. This is where it's gonna get a little bit tricky. Just for like, how do I actually like achieve this? From what I have in my mind's eye. So I think that's gonna be too big. I think I had the size right. That's what she said. Beat y'all to it. In fact, I actually think it's too big. Also what she said. See, I'm just setting myself up for this. That's not fair. Okay. I like that. And then, let's see here. Oh yeah, I gotta get the second part. So let's do this. Let's throw that one to the world origin. Just pull it up that way. Excuse me. And I'm gonna shrink this one down to where it's like the corner drops right off at where that one starts, because that's where it looks like it's kind of happening there, and then it gives it a little bit of space for that bit to kind of show. So then all it looks like I need to do is pull up the center part of this one. Oh, this plane right here is very Pirates of the Caribbean inspired. I love this. Music, yeah, that's nice. Alright, so let's go ahead and just raise this one up. Yeah, that's nice. It's gonna need to be done right now. Yeah. So let me hide that one and let me delete all of this back half of this one. Because I don't think I'm gonna need these. Just make sure. Okay, so it's one, two. Yeah, okay, so that should be good right there. And then I'm gonna need And again, this is the other thing that a lot of people don't do well, is they'll just mash parts together unnecessarily when they build in Blender. Like, think about what is and isn't going to be showing on the outside. What do and don't you really need part-wise? You know, so here, this is what you're seeing right now is me optimizing this base. This Corvette, I should say. Because, like... And then keep in mind, like, if you want it as a bigger version of itself, just make it into a base. You know? If it's under 3,000 parts, just make it into a base. You don't have to make the biggest version be the Corvette, you know? Type of thing. Alright, so that should be good now. I'll hide that one. still a few up there that I maybe don't need, but I'm gonna leave them. So I think that's fine. That just needs to come down a little bit more, that's all. Maybe be a bit smaller. Well, we'll see. Actually, no, I like that. I really like that. Alright, so let's pull these side ones in now. I don't know if this is going to be good or bad going ahead and pulling these side ones in. Probably not great, but I'm going to go ahead and do it because I want to see what it looks like. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's it right there. Look at that. Because now I get all that room for that stuff in the back there. I need to move this photo back a little bit, but it's okay. Actually, let me go ahead and do that real quick. Where is it? Where are the damn photos? They're like the only unselectable objects. I should put them in their own selection. I don't see them now. They gotta be at the bottom right there. Yeah, okay, they're right there. I'll just have to remember to maybe delete that collection before I export this. Well, I'm gonna have to drag this over a Corvette base anyway, so. This is just how I like to build. I like to build on a clean file and then copy it over. I wouldn't recommend this for newer people, but like if you're new, just do it the way I show in the tutorial. But for people who know what they're doing, you can do it this way as well. Oh, right. I was trying to see which one was select all. Okay. Oh, I guessed it. Haha. Haha! Look at that. That's nice. Yeah, I think I guessed that profile pretty well, I would say. Like, compared to that and that, like, it's not perfect. Because you can see that one's a little bit higher up. That one's a little bit higher up, but I'm trying to get it proportionally satisfying, at least. Right, to where it's at least good to look at and you can recognize it. Right, that's the other thing, is being able to recognize it. Because again, I don't know how a lot of these parts are gonna read being just different colors, let's say, but it all does kind of look iron, like it's made out of iron or whatever, but it's just different colors of it. Or like steel, rusted steel, I should say. Alright, so now that that's all done, I don't want to cap it, any of them, just yet. I don't think it's quite ready for that, because I still want to be kind of able to see inside of it and stuff like that, just to be able to see where I want rooms, maybe, and whatnot. Because again, I've got to fit rooms into this thing. That's the other thing. So, and figure out where the entrance is going to be. So I think the entrance is definitely going to be somewhere in the back here, because this is the only part you can't really see. This collection. But, but yeah, I just wanted to be able to, you know, actually use it as a Corvette or whatever. Because like I said, it does fly in the movie, so that would be nice. I think it was Tosk that recommended this to me originally or something, but I can't remember. Somebody recommended this to me, I cannot remember who it was, to do this. Alright, so I think I want to kind of start working on the face a little bit. Maybe getting some features drawn out there. It does kind of look like a narrow face near the top, but I think it's definitely going to be these four and these four, if not. Actually, know what? Nope. It's going to be this one and this one because I can see it's 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's going to be a lot better for the nose. So I'm going to delete those for the eyeballs. And I'll probably end up putting like some sort of border around them or something to kind of house the cannons. But we'll see. Alright. Real question is, what do I make the cannons out of? Pull my asset browser again here. Because I could do the cement mixers like I usually do, but they need to be able to stick out, and it's really only the part that's sticking. You see, they're like narrowly sticking out. And I don't really think people need to access the cannons necessarily. So I was just gonna do them more as like facade. I just need a rounded. It's been a while since I played, so I've got to refresh my knowledge of the parts. Oh, I know what I can use. Hold up. I know exactly what I can use. It actually might be one of the Corvette parts. Hold up. You know what? I didn't even think about that. I could be using Corvette parts too. Shit. We'll think about that. Because I do want it to still look very rusted. But at least with the cannons, I can do that. For sure. Well, let's check the autophage decoration parts. Maybe. I need something that'll hold on. Here, let me see here. Yeah, I know what I can do. I can use the... Oh, they updated the app to be a lot more well organized now. Hell yeah. Because people could not scan through all of that. Okay, that's much nicer. Yeah, alright. No, that's not the one I needed. Now, supposedly, I should be able to mirror this one now. Oh! Oh! Look at that! They actually fixed it. So I can duplicate it and then mirror it. Look at that. Look at that. Wouldn't you know? Can I flip them? Oh, it did let me flip them, but it gave me an error. It gave me a traceback error when it did it. I don't know what that was. Hold on. Let new tools, new items use. I don't know what that was about, but it looks like it did it fine, so. Alright. Do I want that to... I really don't like that as the cannon, to be honest. No, I can do better than that. I can do much better than that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with my cement mixers, in all honesty. scale this up a bit, by like 10 or something. Because those do kind of. Yeah. And then I can do this up a bit. Let's see. Where are the canisters? Canister. The suspense is all building in me finding the canister. I can't find the damn. I'm just gonna search for it. Let's see what pops on there. So I don't know what it's called. No, let's see. It's just one. Oh, that's a reinforced capsule. Alright. That's not bad. That'll work. They do kind of have that long gun kind of cannon vibe, so I think if I have to scale those like that, that'll work. I don't love it, but you know what I could use instead? But it wouldn't be the right color. That's the issue. No, I think this works fine. Because see, here the cannons look different than here. And they're actually, you know what I'm realizing now? They're all, one eye is different than the other. So one of them can be one cannon. And then one of them's kind of a stockier cannon. Okay. I don't remember what I did these. I think that's the 45, right? Or is it the... What's... Oh, I can't do math right now. I thought that was 7.5. No, it's gonna be like 5.25. Yeah. No? Yeah, it's 5.5. Okay. I just can't do math. Okay, so now I just kind of need to readjust that. I probably should have done that before I moved it over. Move that back to box center. Yeah, because I'm realizing now, the proportions on them are so weird. It's like I almost need just one canister. Yeah, okay. So let me just do that. Just grab one of these guys. Actually, that would be 39.5. Okay. Oh, would it? Yep, okay. Alright. Because that's basically it. It's just a little bit smaller than that. Okay. And then it just needs to come out a little bit more. Maybe it's smaller. And then out a little bit more. Okay. Not so far. Let's get it right about there. Oh, you know what I'm realizing now? They are. They're facing forward. Holy crap. So that means I'm gonna have to readjust that. Well, then why not just do that? Alright, well shit. Just do this. Yeah, the eyes face forward. I can just pop them in there at a 90. They're such weirdly shaped though. Yeah. It's like I'd have to go there, but then that doesn't seem right. So I think exaggerated is going to be the bet for this. And just doing them kind of like this. And then pulling them back, but I don't know. It could just be that I need to angle them like a little bit. But then that's still just does not seem right. I don't know. Maybe I just need to stop being so perfect with it, because it is a very wonky build. So. Yeah, so that's what I'll do, is I'll just end up sizing that up all the way, and then just pulling it back. Like that. To where it's more like goggles, I guess. I don't know. I don't love that, but it's I don't know. Again, like it's giving me really weird vibes, but I think what it is that I maybe just need to lengthen it like out from there. A little bit smaller. Kind of like that. I don't know. Go and color these where they're actually like just with it. All right. Is the music still going, or did it stop? It might have stopped. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like the music stopped. All right, hold on 1 second. Is it still going? I have no idea. Oh, there it goes. It's that the eyes are smaller than what I'm thinking they are. So I think I had it right the first time, yeah. Excuse me. Ow. What? Oh, that's why. That's funny. Alright, I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that. Just pull it back a little bit and then delete that. Or pull it forward a little bit and delete that wrong one. It should look like it's like almost resting just barely outside of it, yeah. Like I said in that case. No, I think the height's fine actually. What do I do for the other one though? The other one looks weird. Yeah, because the other one is different. I remember the other one is like, yeah, that's what it is a teapot. And it's supposed to look like a teapot, but with a face. Oh, Lord have mercy. How? Why'd you have to have such a weird castle? It's this part there, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to do for that. Not make it look weird or whatever, but. The mouth part is going to be weird because of how I did this, so I think I'm going to actually redo this part of it. And do it like this instead. Actually, the mount up is up a little bit higher. Okay. So then I would say it's probably... Alright, right about there. Yeah. He's looking a little Kool-Aid Man-esque, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know if that's just because I've been looking at it for too long. Like, he's about to pop out of a wall and go, oh yeah. Oh, Lord have mercy, it depends. I gotta fill the sides in is what it is. Make it a little bit scarier looking. Alright, how do I do that? Okay, now I can do that. Hold on. Let me go ahead and, yeah, let me just hide those real quick. I'm gonna grab some of the wood parts here. I think I'm gonna do the legacy wood. Actually, no, I'm gonna do that new wood. That really like kind of mossy looking wood that for the timber floor panel. There it is. But I'll definitely do it as like it's like a warm yellow. Actually, I don't know if that yellow looks very good. It's the white and yellow, I think, right? Oh no, see that one's the orange and blue. That might actually look better. So I'll try that. Alright, so I'll hide, click on that one, go to the utility, object replacement. Oh no. Why you no do that? That's right, but they don't feel like they're big enough, so I have to size these up a little bit. Alright, there we go. Oh, and I needed a lot more of them too. Alright, I'm gonna do this. When in doubt, know your angles. Okay, so this is how I'm gonna do it. Hey, what's going on, Depps? How you doing today? Welcome in. Welcome. We're doing the doing Howl's Castle from Studio Ghibli. I got inspired by Toskvision and yeah, figured why not. It's coming out pretty well so far. I like it. Okay, so Depths, this is okay. You're okay. You might have been, and YouTube might have unsubscribed you because I don't post a lot. So, like, sometimes when that happens, YouTube will unsubscribe you from, like, say like a channel when you go to subscribe to a new channel, because it just doesn't like you having, like, let's say like a lot of subscribers. So I don't worry about it. If you resubscribe, it'll show up, and I'm sure you'll be good. You'll be good to go to get all of the notifications and whatnot. But yeah, don't worry about it, Dubs. I remember you coming in here before, I think, and you subscribing especially. So yeah, it's a pretty good start so far. Need to raise it up a little bit. There we go. Just get that profile right. Yeah. Alright, and I have to watch it because I am up to 1500, but I am pretty much almost all the way through. I'm definitely not going to be able to do the interior. I'm realizing this now, so unfortunately I will say bye-bye to Howl's room and whatnot. We'll have a good farewell for them, and yeah, we'll see them in the next life. The music fits so perfectly that I had to be dramatic. Yeah, I love Miyazaki stuff. And it's funny because there's another Miyazaki I like, which is for Elden Ring. Isn't that right? Isn't that Miyazaki too? The guy who did Elden Ring. It's not the same Miyazaki, and I'm aware of that. But they have the same name, but it's just always funny that there's two Miyazakis that I like the work of. Lots of good Korean and Japanese artists out there who, the reason I mention Korean specifically is because, like, I think it's like an underrated, like, form of, like they have so much anime that comes out of there, and I'm trying to think of what specifically now I've watched, but I'm being stupid, of course, right as I make that claim, but I'll think of something that I've watched from them. But yeah, any type of good anime is always appreciated in my book, and this is just, it's like a cultural phenomenon type of thing, you know, the Studio Ghibli stuff. It touches the hearts of so many, because I think it's child wonder at its finest, kind of like distilled almost. And I've never felt like there was anything like cynical or anything like bad about Studio Ghibli. They were always like very, very alright in my book. I kind of want to fix the nose. I don't like how it's just flat here, and on here it kind of has like a face. I don't like that at all, to be honest. And I know how I could fix it. It's just gonna be a pain in the butt. I have to replace the whole front of his face. Oh, I don't feel like doing that. I don't feel like doing that. How can I make this work? Because with good art, you must make it work, no matter the mistakes. And I don't feel like going back as well. Alright, so what I could probably do... Let me think about this. Because I don't like how Kool-Aid Man it looks right now. It doesn't look very hodgepodge. It looks very tidy. And it's meant to look hodgepodge. Because it's got all these weird bevels and features on it. Okay, and I'm realizing the bottom lip actually it cascades into itself, yeah. Okay. That is so weird. Alright, that's fine though. Because what I can do is this, I can just select all these, deselect those. And just do this. Do 1.05. Yeah, alright, that gets it. I was like, something is wrong with that, and it was like, yeah, it was the mouth. It was too Kool-Aid, man. Distort parts. What do you, oh, you mean like scale them on a specific axis? No. Nope. Because you think about it this way, is the parts are the parts. And that orange dot that you're seeing, that's the data for it. That's the representation of the data. Everything outside of that is, technically speaking, a facade. So it essentially ends up, oh, I probably did that way too much. Yeah, I did not need to do it that much. Okay. But like if I wanted to like say like scale that on the X, you see how it's like screwing with the scale of the parts? I wouldn't be able to do that. That's where curves come in handy, but because you can scale the curve and the parts go with it, but without screwing with the actual curvature of the part. But any changes you make like that just won't show up. It'll just show as a normal part. In fact, I think any scales you made to it won't even apply. And I think this is why a lot of people are having problems. I've seen a lot of comments on my tutorial talking about or I saw one comment on my tutorial talking about like somebody had talked about the scale and the color of the parts that they applied in Blender did not apply in game, that it reset. The only time I know that that happens is when you don't scale it properly and uniformly and you just hit scale. That means you hit scale and then Y, or scale and then X, or scale and then Z. You don't need to do all that. You don't, right? And then the thing with the color, I have no idea, to be honest. That color, what I'm doing here and applying the color, the way I'm applying it with the base builder, that's how it's supposed to be applied. I think what some people might be talking about is they're applying custom colors, and they're like going in because they're probably going off of their base Blender knowledge, going in here to the material maybe and doing something with this. I don't know why, but that's not the right thing to do for No Man's Sky. So I don't know, but people have just been commenting weird stuff about talking about like things aren't applying right and whatnot. I'm like, I mean, it should be, but... Okay, so yeah, it definitely does that, and then it comes to a weird type of, like, thing here. But what I'm trying to figure out is... Okay. I guess that's right? Let me see it from the... Yeah? Because then it can go into the ear here. Yeah, alright, that's what I'm not thinking about. Is where I can put that ear thing. Yeah, I can just move it up and forward a little bit. Or, no, wait, the hinge is supposed to go there for the jaw. My bad. Oh my god, I know what it is. I made the jaw too wide. I'm not supposed to use that many parts for it. Yeah, because if you look at it, it's actually skinnier than the outside of it. So that means I'm not supposed to go from the outside. That means I'm supposed to go from a shorter part of it. Damn it. Damn it, Janet. Alright. I'll keep the little buck teeth there, though. But actually, yeah, I probably should remove 2 more of those. And then probably just bring down these ones here. These ones here, these ones here. Okay. But that's so weird. It does this weird hinge point right here, and I don't like that. I really do not like that. So what I'm gonna do is here is this. Cursor selected. No, that's not gonna be right. Yeah. Or would it? That would technically get me the cascade that I want. Alright, let me try that. Let me put the cursor down there. And then... yeah, okay. Would it though? No. This is so weird. Yeah. I think I was right the first time. Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. Hold up. Delete. It's the center point between these two. Okay, I'll just have to redo those wooden ones there. Alright, so that'll be like the upper lip, and then for the lower bit, yeah, okay, I see how it's doing it now. God, that is just not right. Oh. It looks right from the side, and then I turn to the front, and it's just bad. It's just really bad. How? So, was I right the damn first time? I think I was at least right with the center point. But I don't know, this is weird. Let's try something here. Okay. So it goes here and then it... yeah, okay. I didn't mean to do there, but... and then it starts flattening out. I do that every time. Scale divide by 1.05. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's better. That seems more doable. Okay, and then I just need to lower those by a smidge. Yes. Okay, that looks nice. Alright, we saved it, ladies and germs. We saved it. Alright. So now I just gotta get the... I probably could have left those in there, but it's okay. Alright, let me go and get the mouth hinge pieces in there. I think for that, I'm just gonna use... Let me think. Wheel and a plate. Wheel and a plate. Cartwheel and a plate. Gotta use a cartwheel and a plate. I'll leave that there for now. Plate. Nope, what is it? Is it a dish? Yes, vintage dish. Actually, not bad. That's pretty good. Alright. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, I see. So right behind the eye here, there's a little pipe that joins Technically, it's supposed to join behind. It's supposed to go across, all the way across there, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that. Let's get the pipe work though. Let's get the pipe work. Alright, so curved pipe. Swap this to normal. Yo, welcome back, Command Bros. Alright, so I'm gonna swap to normal active element so I can turn off that axis. I might actually be able to get that. Hold on. Let's see if I can turn it all the way across there. I could have it bend here and then connect back in, or I don't love that very much. It's going alright. Alright, yeah. I like the top bit here. The cannons and the eyes need some polishing. It's looking a little bit Kool-Aid Man, as I've been calling it, but aside from that, it's going alright. Alright, I could probably do that. Yes, I think I just need to take artistic licensing on some of the piping. Looks nice. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it there, Command Bros. The reason I'm using the duplicate feature up here is because it automatically snaps it to the object, which really can help times like these where you just don't feel like using the cursor. That looks alright. No, it does not. Look. Delete that. I think I was right at first. Yep. What parts do I use for that? These are the, what are these? Part name is the canister. I think it's the, well, hold on, what was it? Give me the name here. Reinforced capsule is what it's called in the, asset browser, reinforced capsule, and that's that like canister looking like trash can type of thing. I like to cascade them on top of each other, and they typically make for good looking cannons. Just because they have like a nice center point to them if you put like a pipe or something, you know, in the middle. Or actually, I don't even think you need that. I think they just have a nice center point to them. Like right there, like you look into them, and then like the outside bit is kind of like a graded bit, so that you can see through it a little bit, which is nice. Yeah. You think the eyes are accurate? All right, cool. All right, if you think the eyes are accurate, I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with it. There we go. And that actually, oh, look at that. That fit in there pretty nicely. So, I don't mind that. And this is a detail that I've done since Granny Gex. If you ever are doing pipe work, and you want it to look good on the outside of a structure, again, use a plate. They make for, like, if you line them up right with the outside of it, like I'm doing here. Let's see, hold on. Turn on 80. Now see, of course this one's not lined up perfectly, so I'll have to kind of scooch it. But and then down a little bit. But when you get it like that, you see, it makes it look like it's like really nicely sectioned on there. And so you can kind of get it right up close on there. And see, and it just adds like this nice little lip to it, you know, to where it's not just like plainly going into there. It gives it just a little something something. You know, there's a little dimension, a little extra, like to where it looks like it's got something around it, and I already think it gives it a lot more depth than how it was. People will notice stuff like that usually. You know, you put it in there, people notice it. Yeah, I think it's coming together. I think it's actually coming together very nicely. The main difficulty is going to be filling this out to where it actually looks whole. I'm not quite sure, like, cause like you can see like I don't want it to be like it's basically just rounding out the back that I'm trying to figure out, like right here. But again, I think I gotta put those ears in. It will be soon, Sen. It will be soon. It shall be alive. How you doing, Sen? Welcome in. Sen's Arcade, everybody. Go check him out. I don't have your link offhand here, Sen, but I thought I did at one point, and then Streamlabs got all fucked up for me. But I gotta get people's links put into Streamlabs. Anyways, a good reminder to do that. But yeah, welcome in, Sen. How you doing? Alright, I still don't like that the lip is not cascaded. That's bothering me. So I'm going to cascade that. Oh, goodness gracious. Sorry, y'all. You're alive, you think? Ask, ask who? I don't know how to say that. Alright, I think it's just kind of like two folds there. Yeah, alright, that's not that bad. Alright, that's pretty good. Is somebody calling me? Who's calling me? So many scam callers calling me. Is that not the guy who said, I think therefore I am? I don't know. Is that a, if, knowing sin it is. He's all into the philosophy and stuff. Yeah, René Descartes, French philosopher and scientist, okay. Hey, fail faster. Yes, progress indeed. Progress indeed. But yeah, I'm liking how this is coming out so far. Yeah, actually, I really like this. It's not gonna be perfect, but it'll have the general vibes of it, I feel like, and you know, that's what's important. But we are coming up here on the 3-hour mark, y'all, so I'll probably call it here in about 20 minutes. Just getting a little tired, but don't worry, I'm just go over here for another 20 minutes or so, and then trying to see what I can finish up with real quick. What's a good like stopping point that I can end on? Because I'm probably not gonna work on this other than on stream. Fail faster. Ah, you're funny as hell. You're funny as hell. Hey, welcome in, Richard. Fail faster. You cracking me up talking about. I thought Descartes invented the shopping cart. Come here, bro. Said, bro. He also deduced or invented Cartesian points / Oh, that's cool. No, you're good, Sin. You're good. You're welcome, by the way. I'm always happy to stream. I'm sorry I don't stream more often, you guys. I really need to. I need to get an actual schedule going. All these years later, I still don't have an actual stream schedule. I just kind of stream whenever I feel like it, and I don't know. Somehow it kind of works. But I feel like if I'm gonna be doing that, I need to really at least up the video content a little bit more. Maybe make some more tutorials or something like that. I'll see, because that tutorial I did make is doing quite well right now and has gained me a lot of new subscribers, gained me a lot of notoriety. So it's up to like 800 or something views now, and I'm like, geez, I was maybe expecting like a few hundred at first, and then it got up to there, and then it kept growing after that, and I was like, holy shit, how much is this gonna keep growing? Because I've been checking the analytics on it. And I'll put it this way, you guys, it's on a steady climb up, and it has not stopped once. So I expect it to easily get to 1,000, maybe even 2 at this point, which I did not expect before. You wish you could stream? Why can't, wait, why can't, oh, right, you had something going on with your computer, right there, son, or your internet? Something happened, I'm sorry, I don't remember what all went down. I remember something happened where you couldn't stream anymore, because I saw your post about it. Yeah, I was very sorry to hear that. I think I'm still a member to you, though. I think I'm still a member of you, even because I was like, I need to support him in these dire times. I'm pretty sure I am. If I'm not, I apologize, but I think I might still be. Thank you there, Sin. I appreciate it. I really do. It makes me feel good. Yeah. It's been, I've gotten like 30 plus subscribers here. In the past like month, I would say month or 2, which I wasn't expecting, to be honest. But it's interesting because everybody kept saying like once you get over the 100 subscriber hurdle, that's when you'll really start to get subscribers. And I did, and then I really started getting subscribers, and I was like, holy shit, they were wrong, you know. So I got a little nervous, but it's all good. It's all good. I might want to cancel that now. I still haven't received a single check from YouTube, and there is nothing stopping them from sending it. Wow. Okay. All right. I was genuinely like not sure at that point, but I didn't want to be rude, so I was like, you know, let me just stay a member. But if you say it's good to cancel, then I'll go ahead and cancel. Yeah, because if they're just taking your money, then or taking my money really and not giving it to you, I should say, and that's kind of bullshit. I think, but I don't know if it's that they're withholding it or like if it's that policy of like you have to get to 1,000 to actually get paid out. I don't remember how many subscribers you ended up getting up to. I thought you got over 1,000 though. Maybe I don't remember right, but I don't know. I just remember they always have weird shit like that. All right, I'll finish up with the mouth here, and then I'll probably call it for the stream, cause I really don't know what else to do for this. At least right now, and I don't want to overwork it too much. It's never a good thing to overwork your projects, and it's like, you know, if something's just not really clicking, it's just not really clicking. Nothing wrong with that. So I think what I'm gonna actually do is just do 2 of them as the wood. So keep some of it as the metal to keep that mouth outline and keep it going with that. But then and then I'll swap these ones out specifically with just the wood. Yeah. See, I think that looks much better. The mouth isn't that wide though, is the thing. It needs to come down a little bit more. So it's probably like 1 more on each side. Ooh, chat's going by. Hold on. Oh, you never hit 1,000, Sin? I'm sorry. I didn't realize. Yeah, see, that might be why, though, Sin, is because you didn't hit the 1,000 that they're not wanting to do the payout, because that's typically how they do it. It's like to encourage you to get to the 1,000. So Depp said you're stuck on 400 subs to your channel. Yeah, see, my channel's been, God, my channel's about 2 years old now, I think, if not more. And I'm at less than that, you know. But I don't stream a lot. I don't post a lot. So, and I don't do it consistently either. So I'm always just kind of grateful for whatever I get. Command Bro's talking about this is just me, or does it kind of look like a Pokemon? I know which one you're talking about too. God damn it, I just can't remember the name. Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to unsee that. Oh shit. Oh, that's funny as hell, Command Bros. That just made my day right there. Oh, you said it looked like a fucking Pokemon, and he ain't even wrong, y'all. That's the funny part. Oh, I think it was like the magnet one or something that you're talking about, right? Oh god, Magneton? Is that it? Is it Magneton? Or is it the big boulder one? It's one of those, but yeah. Yeah, you don't stream a lot these days, Deps. Yeah. Oh, they paid out before you said, Sin, but they, you moved and you never got the check. I had to redo your AdSense numbers. Well, that might be why. It might not be that they're trying to not pay you out. They might just be having a hard time finding you. You think so? Yeah, okay. That's funny there, man, bros. That is actually quite funny. That you said that. Cause you're so right. It does. It does kind of look like that, doesn't it? It's got those vibes, but I like it so far. It's coming together. It's not bad. It's really not that bad. It's not as bad as I thought. Once I put the wooden mouthpieces in there, it started to feel a little bit more right. Because I think I got the mouth right now. Because you can see I've got like a little bit of a hinge part. I could easily move this hinge part forward if I wanted to, but I like where it's at. Because again, it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be reminiscent of. So. Two streams, two videos, too short will help you continue to grow. Sorry, I'm really bad at reading aloud sometimes. It's a schedule that matters most. Yeah, treat it like a job because it is a job. Yeah, one you own. Yeah, but that's the thing is if it's one I own, then I'm gonna work when I want to work. You know. Everybody's like, you know, you need a schedule. I'm like, do I though? Because I'm not somebody who's like beggy for subscribers, right? Like, so like, and this is not to say other people are. I'm just saying like, I personally am not. So I just take them as they come, and I'm not really worried about it. I like to be chill about, you know, asking for the likes and the subscribes and the comments and everything. Because I think the more natural it is for them to come, the more likely you are to get less AI bots commenting and stuff like that, and then better interaction overall from your audience. Like, I don't think my audience really gets out of hand. Like, there was a guy who came in earlier in the stream, real early in the stream, Sin, who was talking about Blender building is ruining the game, but then he specifically said because people are downloading it from an app and then putting it in their game, and then everyone has a bunch of the same Blender ship. And that is a valid problem, but blaming the Blender builder is the wrong person. It's like blaming the manufacturer of the gun at that point, you know, instead of blaming, say, the shooter at that point. And I hate making that analogy, but it's like that's the closest thing I can think of to this kind of argument, is because it's just so asinine of an argument. Rage baiters these days, yeah. It was a rage baiter, you know. And he kind of got me in a sense. He did. I'll give him that. He did kind of get me rage baited a little bit, but I don't mind getting a little heated at that same, and that like on that same token. Like I don't mind getting a little defensive, let's say, of the Blender builders, because I want us to be able to have our peace and our quiet and our safety and our sanctuary to be able to do what we want to do and talk about what we want to talk about without the worry of people coming and hating on us. So. Then you said, you're stressed for growth. You felt the exact same way you do now when you started. As when you started, it always was meant to be natural growth. Yeah, and that might end up being that way, you know? And if I want to push it, I'll push it. But I don't really feel like pushing it right now, is my point. Super soft drink, you said, or even blaming the mental foundry. The metal foundry that supplied the raw materials. Exactly. You're going too direct at that point. You know, you've hit the mark, and then you've gone past it, right? Like you've ran past the marker. You know, so it's really, the analogy would be like you're in a race, you're running in a race, right? And there's the finish line. You hit the finish line, and then you keep running as though the finish line wasn't there. Like, no, you hit the finish line back there, buddy. You're going too far. Yeah, that's the same. It's the same type of dumb logic, you know. People just don't think shit through, and a lot of it is ignorance of not knowing how games work, not knowing how Blender works. And what I wish people would do, rather than sit here and, you know, like come in like that guy did and come in here and argue with me. And I wish he would have educated himself. He could have asked questions, informative questions that would have happily answered. If he had have come in here inquisitively and not agitated, I would have happily answered any of his questions or concerns that he had about Blender. Happily. But he came in here with an attitude, and I don't respect that. Didn't say hi, didn't say howdy, didn't say nothing, didn't say how's your day going. Just came in here rage baiting, you know? So, it is. Comes to a point where you'll want to be compensated for your time, effort, energy, personality, and the service you provided viewers. I mean, that might be sin, but at this point, I don't really feel like I'm doing a service or a justice to anyone. So it's like I don't really feel like I'm deserved of any kind of compensation yet. I only have 140 subscribers or something like that. It's like 142 now, I think. You know, I don't stream much, I don't do much, so I don't think I'm deserved of being compensated quite yet. And that's what's funny about that is like things that I have been compensated for financially, that I've got like $70 or something in donations from my Nexus mod page for the one Cyberpunk mod that I posted. You can buy games with that money directly off their website, or just cash out the money to your PayPal. I was like shooketh. I was like, wait, no, should I stop this? Like, because I didn't know if I wanted it, you know? So at that point, I just kind of said, yeah, I'll take it, because the system was already set up for it. So if YouTube, say, was allowing me to gain money now, I would be taking it happily. I'm not going to say no to money. But at the same time, do I feel like I deserve that money, really? No, not really. The Cyberpunk mod, yeah, I kind of feel like I deserve that, because I worked months on that mod. But I've worked years at this on the same token, so it's like... But I don't really do much with my YouTube, as you know. Is my point, so... Y'all cracking me up. Super Soft you said, sounds like some of the Roblox kids when we get the big Blender Discord. When we go on the big Blender Discord, you're funny. Wait, what's the big Blender Discord? I don't know about this. What is the big Blender Discord? Super soft drink. What are you talking about? You keeping me in the dark about something? What's the big blended Discord? Loderson, you said some men just want to watch the world burn. I mean, hey, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. But I'll rebut you with this. The question is not who will let you, but it's who will stop you. I rebut you, Joker, with Ayn Rand. All right, hot takes. Get your hot takes here. Gold King, welcome in. Wow, Howl's Moving Castle is so epic. It's coming out great. Awesome job. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate it. I'm just taking a bit here at the end to kind of talk for a bit. I'm about to wrap up stream here in a minute. But I appreciate you coming in. I'll probably be streaming a little bit more of it tomorrow. More of the building of it. I won't be working on any of it off stream. But here, I'll give you a little round tour of what I've been doing here. But I got all my references in here. I did get references of the inside, but seeing as I'm at about 1,500 parts, I don't think I'm going to be able to do the inside. I might be able to get the kitchen, which I don't have better. I need better photos of the kitchen. But I think this might have actually just been a general interiors photo for that movie. I don't think this was just in the castle anyways, so. Okay, so Gold King, this was the issue I've been bringing up with people, okay? I do not support that bot service. Okay? And this isn't me harping on you, this isn't me getting on you. I'm just telling you straight up, I don't support the bot service. Reason being is because A, they profit from it, and that's just shady as hell when the game is already being paid for and you're not supposed to be doing that kind of shit. But they're doing it through a Patreon, so kudos to them that they figured out a loophole. Okay. The second point is that somebody came in earlier and brought in a valid complaint about that, which is that people are uploading huge bases to that bot. And they're not telling people quite how big those ships are, and they're not making them practical enough sizes or part counts. So when they go and they upload these kinds of bases to there, right? So I could easily do that, and that might be fine for people. But then let's say 100 people to go and download my base now, and 100 people go and bring that base into the anomaly. Now you've got a problem. The other problem that I have with it is people are claiming that bases are theirs that aren't theirs. So I don't upload to it for that reason. They do not give credit where credit is due. They do not pay the creators in any type of way, shape, or form. If I were to upload to that and they made money, I would not make money. That's horseshit. So no, I'm not going to be uploading it. And again, that's not me to heart. Please, by all means, if you want to stay, you want to like, you want to subscribe, you know, feel free. That's not me harping. Don't feel like you're being ousted or anything like that, please. I never want to be like that. I'm just informing you of why I personally don't. So you said you see your point, but it would be cool to experience my creation. It would. Look, I see the argument for it. And if there were, I'll put it to you this way. Gold King, okay? If No Man's Sky themselves if Hello Games comes out with a blueprint system where I can upload it via the game and know that there is a tracked method for people to download it, and know that when people go to download it, they can see, oh, this is who the original creator is, because it's in the game. At that point, I will happily upload them. Happily, and you can use it to your heart's content. But until No Man's Sky themselves and Hello Games do that, I will not be uploading any of them through that bot, because it's paid for, and I don't want people paying for my stuff. Yeah, and this is the other thing. Like, Command Bros brought up a good point here. Like, he's going to try and make it himself, right? That's what I like to encourage people to do, is not to just copy other people's work, which is literally all that's doing, is copying and pasting the JSON code that somebody else has made, right? And somebody else worked on. but is instead making it yourself, learning the ins and outs of the system because it's fun. And then when you get to do that, you don't have to rely on other people. You get to do whatever you want to do at that point. And there's the creative freedom right there. So is not relying on that copy paste feature, but instead relying on yourself and only yourself and your creativity to be able to do what you want to do. Exactly, Gold King. You get it. You get it, man. You get it. It's my work. I'm going to do what I want to do with it. It would be a great in-game option, wouldn't it? And that's what I think it needs at this point. I think they need to do that to get rid of that bot. There's no real way to get rid of that bot other than by replacing it with a better version of itself that's already in the game, therefore making it redundant. That's the only way I could see them getting rid of it, and the only way I could ever see myself uploading anything. And y'all hold me to that. Y'all hold me to that. Because if it comes out and I don't upload, hold me to that. Come here, comment, hatefully even. Be like, you need to upload now. It's in the system. I'll do it. I'll happily do it. No, Sin, not necessarily. Not when it comes to JSON code. JSON code is very adaptive in that way, and I think we've seen that time and time again. You could say that the Corvette stuff was very, was the same kind of mechanic, right? But look at how they did it. They did it by making them bases. You know what I'm saying? There's tricks and ways around it. And seeing as they already have the system to save a preset version of your ship as a backup file, let's say. So that's the save for later design. So you can go create a ship and then store that ship design. The fact that you can store that ship design means they have the code and the foundation in place to be able to do what we were talking about. Well, no one said anybody's retarded, Sin. But I get your point. Oh, Gold King, I would love to see that. Are you in the Discord? I might have just approved you, right? Or I don't remember. I approved a couple of people. I remember one of them was just in chat here, but Richard was in chat here. I approved him in the Discord, but I would love to see it though. If you post on my Discord, I'd love to see it. Yeah, so yeah, and that's the thing. I don't, if you wanna share like because this is the thing, right? Is you can, if you have access to the save editor, right? Which if you're sharing it to the bot, you likely do. I don't really know how that whole thing works if people are able to share things if they don't have access to the save editor or not, but I'm assuming if it has the ability to paste it into people's JSON code, it has the ability to copy it as well, which is a little scary, but yeah. What's the disk? Oh, the Discord? I don't know if that's gonna work there, Sin. Discord link was gonna be in my bio. If you check my bio in my on the YouTube page itself, you should see it. Or actually, if you scroll down in the comment section, you should see the Discord link down there. Because I've got it attached to my bio, it should also attach it down there. If it's not down there, let me know and I'm happy to send you an invite link. Or if it for whatever reason doesn't invite you or something, but it seems to have been working for people. So Sin, I don't have the command set up, bro. I was talking about that earlier, and I still don't have any like actual like Streamlabs stuff set up. And even if I did, it would just be for moderators. Oh, you got it. All right, cool. Okay. But yeah, y'all, it's been about 3 hours now, and I just wanted to kind of chill and talk for the last little bit of it. I didn't really want to beat my head against a wall with this anymore. So, oh no, you're good, Sam. You're good. I don't need to apologize. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it, y'all. I'm pretty whooped here. I know I've done those like 12-hour streams in the past, but not today. Not today, Satan. Not today, Sins Arcade. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love you, Sid. All right, but yeah, y'all have a good day. I will chat with everybody later. '07, everyone. We will finish this probably tomorrow or in the next couple days, and so on and so forth. Be working on it. I'll try and post on Discord and wherever. And then I always, if you're ever curious, turn on notifications, and then I always post about an hour before I go live. So if you see the notification, you'll know. All right, he's going live in about an hour. Um, so that's at least the way I can do it for now. But yeah, I gotta get a schedule going as well. So yeah, y'all have a good day. Cheers, everybody, and I will see y'all later. Goodbye, everybody. Don't worry, they're Gold King. I'll get you approved in here in just a second.